walks, buddy. For the last 2 days, you've been taking off on your own private safari every morning when that double sun comes up. Where do you go, Craig? And what do you find wherever it is you do go?
There.
I'll tell you what. Let's you and me make that trek together, huh?
Thanks, but no thanks.
Look, Craig.
It's just a variety of liking.
You don't mind if I look at it through the magnifier, do you? Or have you done that already? Trees.
If you think that's something, look at this.
Then, the voices.
You want to see more, Fletch?
Yeah, I sure do. Incredible. It's a whole race of people, no bigger than ants.
A whole race of little people who look up to me like a giant out of the sky. They're scared, Fletch. Petrified. And so they do what they're told. Because this giant is like some avenging angel to them.
Stop it! Stop it, created! You know God, Craig. I'm truly sorry. Please forgive us. Craig!
Top of the morning, Commander. Good likeness, huh? The little people did that. They did it overnight.
What do you give them in return, Craig?
I won't tramp my feet down on their town.
They picked themselves a corker of a deity. 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 It's too bad they don't know who they're breaking their backs for.
Meaning what?
Meaning they're worshiping a heartless slob whose insides are made out of the same stuff as that statue. Yeah, it's a good likeness, Craig. And an hour from now they can sell it for junk. And an hour from now they can sell it for junk. And an hour from now they can sell it for junk. Now let's get back to the ship. We're taking off.
What do you got? A man. A tiny little man.
Well, you're crushed to death.
I didn't mean to.
The case of Navigator Peter Craig.
Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. Well, folks, this is a doozy. This one's a doozy. I have posted the video and written things to make you think. And now I will decode it. I have taken a few notes, some notes here, and I hope to just speak directly. So, point number 1 is in the show, a character says there's a double sun. The double sun comes up. Well, folks, That is true. There's truth to that. Bobby Hemmit says there's a greater sun behind our sun, and that sun is the star Sirius. I will put a period on that. That is coming from occult research. And what does that mean? What does occult research mean? That means that it's coming from the number one private university in the United States, which is Princeton. So if you think that they're fucking around over there, I think you better think again. Because it's coming from, occult research is coming from the top secret society universities in America. Princeton, Yale, and Harvard. Okay? Those can roll off your tongue because they're just commonly known. There's others I would have to look up in order to be able to recite the example. But Princeton, Yale, Harvard, any educated person would know those three. And I'm letting you know, those are occult centers. And that is where Bobby Hemmit has gotten some of his research. So, that's point number one. I could tell you more about Sirius, and I have seen examples of Sirius referenced in movies and, African tribes. However, I don't want to go off on that tangent. So, point number two is that the guy apologizes. So, to apply it to you, black person, who should be apologizing to you? Point number three is, I will just read what the character said and paraphrase. But the character says they picked themselves a blank deity. I listened to that part many times and put it in the slowest mode. I could not figure out what he was saying. My question to you is, what does it sound like he is saying? What does it sound like he is saying? He's saying a word that starts with C. Let's put a period on that. Point number 4 is, again, the character says, it's too bad they don't know they are breaking their backs for a heartless slob. Okay, I paraphrase that. So, my question to you, all right, so when we're talking about they're breaking their backs, meaning you can pretty much say they're worshiping, okay? They're worshiping something that is a heartless slob and something whose insides are made out of junk. Worthless. Basically, it's worthless. Their efforts to pay homage to that statue are completely worthless. So let's put a period on that. I am using deductive questions and proposing it to you, and I will let you think for yourself of what connection you can make with the questions I am proposing. At the end, bigger men come and destroy the white guy. So, what could that mean? Could that mean that the big men were the gods that came back and crushed the white man? I'll read that again. Could it mean that the bigger men were the gods that came back. They were maybe the gods from the little people that came back and crushed the white man. I will leave that up to you to think about. If you didn't figure it out, the little people represent your ancestors. Just as said in the show, they will do what you ask. Your ancestors will do what you ask. The confusion the beast adds to cover the truth is saying the little people are scared. Okay, that's just confusion and distraction to cover up the truth. The message to you now: ask your ancestors for what you want. Honor them. Remember them. And that ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. We wish for you increased consciousness, and the more you look at things like this, the more you can get the inner standing and follow what is suggested in these videos. Acknowledge your ancestors. Just start today. Even if you don't know them. Some people don't even know their grandma. I barely got to know my grandma. On both sides, I've seen them. I was just 3 years old. I visited one. I visited them since I became an adult. But whether you know your forefathers or not, it doesn't matter. Just recognize them, say thank you, find out what their names are, write it on a piece of paper, and just put it on a shelf, and that will represent them. And whenever anything good happens, you just say thank you, ancestors. That is all that is necessary. If you want something done, you just say, ancestors, I would like this done. I need this done. You know what I need. Start speaking it. Start using the law of attraction. Now, I could go on and on and on and on. However, we will bring it to a close, and we wish for you increased consciousness.